No, there's no charter today. I have a pre-arranged meeting with an old friend, a pub lunch to celebrate the birthdays we each celebrate in August. Invariably a very merry occasion. Whitehaven is the venue of choice today. I only realized a few days ago that we were to expect a near-total solar eclipse today, and had intended to carry a camera with me to photograph it by the sea before heading home. Over breakfast this morning it occurred to me that this could be the opportunity for a once-in-a-lifetime video. Carlisle station functioning during an eclipse. Drone required. But that means no alcohol. Do I cancel lunch at virtually no notice? No, let's just settle for a lemonade lunch. It comes as something of a shock to my old friend to see me downing pints of lemonade. A ride along one of the country's less well-known routes, and one which deserves to be much better celebrated, the old Maryport and Carlisle line. Pleasantly rural as far as Maryport. Beyond that it hugs the shore for a greater distance than any other railway in Britain. Once upon a time, northern Cumbria was a heavily industrialised area, with coal mines, iron and steel works, and the last remnants of them are still to be seen today. It's rather hazy, I'm afraid. On a clearer day, the Scottish coast is visible across the Solway Firth, and the Isle of Man should be clearly seen ahead of us. That's St. Bees Head in the distance, where the Solway Firth meets the Irish Sea. This is a slow route, clinging tightly to the cliffs and with severe speed restrictions, but the views more than compensate for the leisurely progress. Tom chose the pub, and a fine choice too. Superb food, very reasonably priced. I didn't try the ale, but he rated it highly. Its only drawback is that it's a mile from the station. The station is at sea level. They don't call the pub the Sunny Hill for nothing. Well, an early finish and back to Carlisle to catch that eclipse. Throughout the day the sky had been clear, promising ideal conditions. As my train arrived back into the border city, cloud began to build up. Europe's last total solar eclipse was in August 1999, 27 years ago yesterday. I was in Ireland at the time. Total cloud cover meant that we experienced nothing at all. Today, what's in store? The eclipse should have started by now, but I'm not seeing anything. The 1824 for Leeds sits in platform 6, awaiting the arrival of the incoming service from Middlesbrough. One of the hallmarks of an eclipse is that the birds think it's nighttime and retire to their nests. Like me, they haven't sensed anything. The Middlesbrough service arrives, worked by the attractively liveried Northumbrian 158 set. Although the Middlesbrough train was late in arriving, the Leeds manages to depart just a quarter of a minute behind strict schedule. Now it may look as if the train is departing the wrong line, but one of the inexplicable follies of Carlisle is that this approach to and exit from the Citadel is single track. The nearer set of rails is a dead-end shunt. This arrangement can cause considerable hold-ups at times. Underneath St. Nicholas Bridge, London Road Junction, beneath the A6, London Road, the St. Nicholas Gate Retail Park, and Peteril Bridge Junction, where the Midland Railway's Settle and Carlisle line departs from the Newcastle and Carlisle's route, which broadly follows the course of Hadrian's Wall. The Carlisle Power Signal Box, dating from 1973, which replaced some 30 lever boxes on the main line, controlling all train movements from just north of Carnforth to Kirkpatrick Fleming in Scotland, as well as sections of the Tyne Valley, the Settle and Carlisle, the Maryport and Carlisle, and Glasgow and South Western routes. We're obviously not going to see anything this evening. The next eclipse is forecast for 2090. I certainly won't be filming it. The original M&C goods depot. That's Crown Street behind it. This was the site of the original Maryport Line's Carlisle station, when each of the early railways had its own station in the city. Lumo's evening service to London has encountered some problem. I don't know what. But its journey today started not at Stirling, but somewhat improbably at Law Junction between Wishaw and Carluke, and it's now running about a quarter of an hour late. It's hot, it's sticky, and by 7:30 I've had enough. Bring the drone home, pack all the equipment, head back to the station and the Scott and Brassey for a much-needed pint of Lancaster IPA. None of the regulars are about, so a quiet pint and a read. It's 10:30 by the time I get home after a long, frustrating day. Given that the next eclipse is 64 years away, perhaps I'd better not finish with my usual "here's to the next time."